Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Can you hear me? I am so excited for this session and I can't believe it. It's been so long that we've been planning and now we are here. We are here. So this is awesome. Um I have so much to talk to you about. But first of all, I wanted to tell you a little bit about Pulse, tell you a little bit about me, and then we can go into all the fun stuff that you can expect from this session, right? So, um, yeah, let's talk about it. If you're ready, say whoop whoop. Oh my goodness. At the moment, I know that I can't see you. Our tech team is working feverishly on the back end, but I'm really excited. I have a lot to cover, and it's just 30 minutes. Um, so let's go. So first of all, like I said, I wanted to tell you a little bit more about Pulse. When Devonte shares the keynote, he's going to give you even more details. But for now, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about some of the work that we've been doing at Pulse in the last couple of months, probably over a year or so. So, in the last couple of months, we have been working tirelessly to support founders like you. And at Pulse, what we do is we provide the resources that you need at an affordable rate. So, a lot of people, we found that they need technical support. And so we provide that. A lot of people need marketing support, and we provide that. A lot of people need operation support, and we provide that. So that you can have the freedom to do what you do best, which is be creative, come up with your strategy, and get the work done. So today, I wanted to give you a brief taste of what you can expect working with Pulse. And what's so exciting is that with Pulse, we've used the organization as an option, as a way for us to test out different strategies before bringing it to the clients like you. And so I want to make sure that you can hear me. If you can't hear me, please let us know. You can send an email. You can respond to our email and let us know, or you can just send a quick ping. Let me know if you can hear me as I keep going. So, let's talk a little bit about marketing. On the marketing team, we have quite a few people, and people have different strategies. But I have the privilege of leading the marketing team. Um, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited because I get to lead people are who love what they do, who are excited about what they do, and who get to support you with what you do. Okay? So let me just refresh this page, making sure that everybody can see me. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about what I wanted to share when it comes to marketing. Okay? So, when it comes to marketing, there are a few things that we need to do differently from back in the day. Before, a lot of people thought, I'm going to create this amazing product and it's going to be so exciting that nobody's going to be able to stay away from my product. It's going to be unique, it's going to be one of a kind, it's going to be awesome. But these days, the market is crowded. With AI, everybody is launching something new every day, which is great because we believe in creativity. But the challenge is you create all these awesome things, but we can't get people. You don't have people who are knowledgeable, who know about the product that you're creating and how you solve their problems. And so that's why we at Pulse we created this marketing team to support you, because we found that even though our clients have awesome products, they just don't have the kind of marketing strategy that will support them. So first of all, I also want to let you know that this conference is awesome. It's super awesome. I had the privilege of chatting with every single speaker, every single panelist, and they are so passionate. They're so excited about everything they're going to be talking about. This is going to help you to grow. It's not just going to be motivation. It's not just going to be, oh, watch this and hope you. No, it's going to be people who have actually gone through all the things that you're either going through or you will go through at some point. And the thing about entrepreneurship is that it has this ability to humble you. It doesn't matter how long you've been doing the work, it doesn't matter how experienced you are, it doesn't matter. It will humble you, it will make you start to rethink your life. And so we want to support you by providing all these experts to let you know that one, this is normal, right? It humbles all of us. And two, there's a way out of it. And three, you can do it because they've done it, right? I'm from Nigeria, and in Nigeria we always say if they don't have two heads, if they can do it, you can do it too, right? And so this is why this conference is here to support you. So now let's talk a little bit about growth marketing and why this is so important and why we wanted you to just get a taste of it at the very beginning of the session. You know, a lot of people they're thinking about, oh, once my product is really good, people will love it, people will be excited about it. And then they start getting focused on like vanity metrics. Oh, how many followers do I have, right? And all of that stuff. But is it growing your business, right? And so this is where growth marketing needs to be really strategic. At Pulse, we will support you in figuring out the kinds of metrics that you really need to be paying attention to and how we can continue to improve those metrics. Now, another thing that's really important is that oftentimes we've had clients where they're just launching different things. There's no strategy around it. But you need to have a marketing strategy so that your campaigns are really focused. They're really directed at the ideal speaker, the ideal audience, the ideal client. Um, and so this is something that we also work on with you to support you and and to let you know that you're not alone. And that's the main thing. As a founder, you often feel alone because you have this vision, but we're here to support you and let you know that you're not alone. So let's talk about it. Some of the key and core tenets of growth marketing: one, paying attention to the right metrics; two, having clarity about your audience. And we'll talk about different strategies for doing that. Having conversations with your audience, with your ideal clients, so that you know what's working, what's not working, what you need to keep going with, and what you need to stop doing. You also want to focus on distribution. How can you make sure that whatever you're working on, it gets distributed? The most amount of people find out about it, hear about it, and all of that. And how can we help you to start acting like the brand that you are, instead of saying, oh, when I get bigger then I'll do this, so when I get bigger I'll accomplish this, or just kind of like in the future, in the future. You don't have to do that. Once you have that audience clarity, your campaigns can make you and establish you in such a way that the ideal clients will be attracted to you. So I want us to talk about some of the mistakes that a lot of founders make in the beginning. The first one is they get focused on the ideas that they have in their heads, right? And they're like, this is a good idea. I talked to, my friends, and they were like, oh, I like that idea. But you miss out on talking to the people who actually need that solution. You miss out on talking to them. So we always encourage our founders to start talking to their customers as soon as possible, or ideal customers as soon as possible, because the sooner you talk with them, the sooner you start to see where there are pain points, where things are not working, where things need to be fixed. So you need to talk with them as soon as possible. The second one is something that I have to remind myself constantly, and that is overcomplicating the strategy. Because you have the clarity in your mind, and so all of a sudden you're like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have this and this and this, and it's going to be so many different things that you don't need. You just need a simple strategy that people understand what problem you're solving and what they need to do to connect with you. Then the third thing is oftentimes we get so stuck on, oh, I can't do this until I have this, or I can't do that until I get to this point. But you always want to focus on what you have right now, right at this moment. You have more than you realize. You have more expertise, you have more resources than you realize. So, my invitation is look at what you have right now. Think about it. Think about the people you have access to. Think about the tools you have access to, and start thinking about a campaign that you can run with that. And then let's talk a little bit about um, working with Pulse. Okay. So, with this conference, I really want you to get the most out of it. Now, I've told you a little bit about some of the things that we miss out on when it comes to marketing and growth marketing. And I'm going to be talking more in detail about it during my session on Wednesday, and so that I'll give you some actionable ideas, some actionable strategies that you can take with you. I'm really excited about that because I always believe in one key thing that you can take with you. So I want you to think about just a little bit of the tidbit that I shared previously, and now how to get the most out of this conference. Number one, just keep a running list of ideas that get sparked as you're listening to the speakers. Keep a running list of questions that you have as you listen to the speakers. Of course, you can send us the questions and we'll share with the speakers as well, or it can be notes for you to share, to connect directly with the speakers, or for you to connect with others in the industry. But just keep notes of it, a running list of just ideas and questions and things that just come up for you as you're going through the different sessions. We have networking sessions. We have one later today. I encourage you to join the networking sessions because the main thing is it doesn't matter how great your product is if the right people don't know about it. And nobody has all the information, nobody has all the strategy, nobody knows everything. So it helps to connect with different people, and then you'll be able to get insights from the different people. The other thing is speak up when there are opportunities to chat, when there are opportunities to ask questions. Definitely ask the questions. That's why we're having this conference, because we know that having a community of experts will support you and help you to get these answers. So please speak up. Please respond to emails. Whatever works, just let us know if you have questions and we can direct you to the right answers if we don't have the answers. Now, attend the sessions outside of your comfort zone. You might say, I care about AI, but I don't care about marketing. Or I care about marketing, but I don't care about parenting. Attend those sessions, because what I've found in my experience is that oftentimes it's those sessions that didn't really have anything to do with the work I was doing that gave me ideas and insights and got me a lot of creativity for me to keep doing the work. I work mostly with B2B clients, but I found that when I attend things that are B2C, I get ideas that I can bring into my B2B work. So I encourage you, things that might not be interesting, just check them out, because you never know how you can bring that into the work that you're doing. So I want to mention some of the things that you can look out for in the next few days. There are so many awesome sessions. I'm really excited about the deepfake session with RT Samani. And why I'm excited about it is because I've always been somebody who believed that if you're a small organization, nobody cares about you, nobody wants to defraud you or whatever. But RT seems to believe otherwise. So looking forward to that conversation. Then there is funding. I don't know, maybe you have enough money If you don't need any money, then don't come to Ben Chemla's session. But if you'd like to get more money, Ben Chemla, who's the CEO of Shares, talks about how to get funding, how to represent yourself to get funding. So I'm really excited about that because he has gotten funding and he's doing really well with his organization. Then demand gen. Demand gen is about growth marketing. We're going to be talking with Delara Cosette, she's a fractional growth executive, and she also runs an agency where she supports people with fractional growth and demand gen. And she talks about when is a good time to bring in demand gen. So I don't know, right? I work in demand gen, so I think every day is a good time. But she's going to tell us more, like, do you start at the beginning? Do you wait a little bit? And how can you create strategies that will um, support the demand gen person that you bring on, right? Then we're going to talk about affiliate partnerships with Janine Crooks. Janine has been in affiliate marketing for decades. She is like an OG. And I always like to talk with people who have been in the industry for a long time because they have strategies that worked in the past and they have strategies that are working right now. And so I'm excited to talk with Janine about the strategies that she's seen to work. So essentially, with that, I'm going to be asking her, does affiliate marketing even make sense today? I want to ask her, do we need to, what do we need to be successful with affiliate marketing? You know, things like that, that would be useful for you. And if you have other questions you'd like us to ask the speakers, please share as well. Then I'll be and then another session that's so good is building while parenting with Michaela Shaw. Michaela is she has done it all. She's been an SVP, she's been in the C suite, she's done it all. But parenting is a big thing for her. So I'm really excited that she'll get to talk to us about not having to lose out on important experiences. If parenting is important for you, whether right now or in the future, then you want to you want to pay attention. You want to come to this session because she's going to be talking about how she has navigated her own career with her children and how we can learn from that or things that we can do even better. And then, of course, there are lots of bonuses. Look out for the giveaways, look out for the live sessions like this one. Please participate. Please share with your friends. I'm super excited. I talked a little bit about those little tidbits about growth marketing that um, are some of the mistakes that people make, right? And some of the things that we support our clients with at Pulse, whether they're in the accelerator or we're just supporting them in a different way. And Devonta is going to be sharing a bit more about Pulse Ventures and how we work and the different options for you and how we strategize with clients to make sure that they are successful. So I'm so excited. I hope you look out for that session. And I hope you attend. I hope you take notes. And if you have questions, please send me an email, marketing@pulseventures.co.uk. Happy to respond. And I'm pretty good at responding quickly. Um, so now I want to talk about just like the key takeaways from this session because I know I talked about quite a few things, what to look out for in the sessions. I talked about some tidbits about growth marketing and some of the work that we're doing. But I also want to leave you with like one or two things that you can kind of think about as you are going to the next session in a little bit. The first thing is that marketing is not just content and ads anymore. It's everything you do to keep a customer. It is awareness, it is engagement, and it is conversion. Awareness is things you do to get their attention. That's marketing. That is huge. How can I get their attention? And I want to share some really good examples of things that we found to work to get attention and some of the things that we're working on in the future. That's going to be in my session on Wednesday. How do you get people to even know about you? Then once they know about you, how do you get them to engage with what you're doing? So that if they're engaging with the work that you're doing, right, then they're more likely to have that like, no trust factor. They trust you over competitors because we all know that we have competitors all over the world. We're not limited to just one part of the country or wherever we are anymore. We have competitors all over the world. So how can we help them to continue to engage with the work that we're doing and to engage with us so that they continue to like us, to know us, and to trust us? And then the final thing, how can we get them to convert either to a paying client or to upgrade, right? And so that's conversion. Then after that, we start thinking about expansion and all of that. There's so much that has to do with marketing. And I want to help you to think about it in a concise way, in a simple way. And so that's where my session is going to be going in depth. And if you want us to use your business as a case study, please send an email with what your business is about or a link to your website so that we can use that as a case study during the live session and we'll talk a bit about that. Okay. So remember that awareness, engagement, and conversion. Those are the main things that your marketing strategy needs to be working on. Whether you have a small organization or you have a large organization, whether you're product led, so it's a SaaS company where people sign up without having to talk to somebody, or whether you're sales led, where people have to talk with a sales team before they convert. There are different strategies for the different types of pricing opportunities that you've decided on. But the main thing is back to it. I know I keep repeating it. We need to work on your awareness, we need to work on your engagement, and we need to work on your conversion. And that's essentially what a marketing strategy is. The marketing strategy is about connecting with the decision makers so that they become aware, so that they engage, and so that they convert into paying clients. So I'm really excited about walking you through that on Wednesday. And so, with that said, I want you to remember that marketing is how you tell people what matters to you, what matters about your product, why they should care, right? Why they should give you some of their attention. Because attention is scarce, right? Everyone is competing for your attention. What matters? And what matters today and this week during this conference is you, your vision, and the people you'll help. You'll help to solve their problems. This week, this is what we want to support you with doing. We want to make sure that you get the support that you need so that you can do all the work that you're excited to do, so that you and your vision and the people you're here to support and the people that you're here to solve problems for feel seen, feel valid, feel valued, and they're able to just do the work that your product is here to help them do, right? And they're not so bothered by all the other 1,001 things going on. So, my invitation is yes, there will be things in the news. Yes, there will be things fighting for your attention this week. I invite you to invest in yourself, invest in your time, invest in your business by taking the time to pay attention. Try not to have too many browsers while you're listening to some of these sessions, just so that you can be focused. And when you have that deep focus, then you get those deep insights. And these days, it's the deep insights, the deep creativity that we need because there are going to be multiple competitors. And if you create something, yes, somebody else can create the same thing, but they cannot be you. And the more you're able to tap into that creative source within you, the more valued and valuable your product and your service will be. And so that's why it's super important for you to pay attention. Whenever you have an opportunity to learn from people um, who have some answers, maybe answers that you've been looking for, answers that you've been pondering upon, it's always great. Pay attention to those things, right? So that's my invitation. If you choose to accept, is to really listen to these people, hear their stories, because sometimes the answers might not be in the step one, step two, step three, but it might be in their story where you'll find something similar where their stories will speak to you. And maybe the answer might not even be direct, but it's more of an encouragement because you're starting to lose courage with what you're doing, or you're starting to feel like maybe it won't work. So, whatever it is, whatever you need, I invite you to just believe that you'll receive it, because all these speakers have different experiences, diverse experiences, decades of experiences. And they've worked with teams of thousands, teams of hundreds, teams of just a few. And so, whatever the challenge is, they'll be able to support you. So, with that said, I invite you to please pay attention to these sessions. The next session is going to be the keynote with Devonte Mokwai, our founder, who is doing some amazing things, who is creating some amazing waves in the industry, who is working with AI and coding and vibe coding and regular coding and just engineering and just leading people in a way that is so different, and so refreshing, because he's leading people who are excited about the work that they're doing. And I think that that's one of the hardest skills. So if that's a skill that you're also interested in, then you'd want to pay attention to his session as well. So I want to say thank you so much. I have been chatting nonstop for a few minutes now, and I thank you for listening. I'm really excited about my session on Wednesday. I'm going to be sharing more details about all the actionable things that you can do. But before then, please stay tuned to the keynote coming up in the next few minutes. And then stay tuned to all the other sessions coming up tomorrow and for this week. And also, I want you to um, come to the networking session, because it's designed for you. We want you to be able to chat with different people, to be able to connect. And so please come to the networking session. It's really going to be fun. All right. With that said, thank you for listening, and I will talk with you soon.